what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back for the Division 2 build video. Well guys, the build today which I'm going to be showing you guys is actually a refreshed version of my previous build. And by refreshed I mean I'm trying to achieve the highest damage possible, also using new gears and stuff. So that's basically what I'm calling it, refreshed. And you can see it on the clips right now, and you probably guessed it that I'm using the boom boom turret, and it's actually a boom boom build, yes, and I'm using it on the legendary mission, especially in DUA, District Union Arena, which is actually a very compact kind of area where the NPCs are stuck in a room basically with you, so you can just pick them up pretty easily with the motor turret, and you don't have to worry about NPCs moving around too much, so you can just have a perfect aim. You can also deflect your shots through the walls and stuff. I've seen people do that. It's pretty hilarious to watch actually. But yeah, it's overall it's a really nice build for especially missions, I would say, which are like in a compact zone where the NPCs are in a room and you're in there, so you're just gonna clear them out pretty easily. And for open world, this build may not shine too much, because when you actually try to hit the NPCs, they're gonna move away from the cover before the turret, the shot gonna hit them. Or if you're playing in a group, your group member will end up killing the NPCs before you can actually go and hit them. So yeah, that could happen, but most of the times you're playing missions that are in the compact zone, so don't really have to worry about that. I mean, like all-time favorite missions like Lincoln Memorial, which many people farm it. So those are like compact missions. So if you're farming those missions, you're not going to have any trouble. And plus, you're just going to one-tap NPCs with this thing. So it's just freaking awesome to actually use this build. And I'm going to show you the build over here. As you can see, this is my build. I'm using the demo specialization because we're using the motor turret. So only way to get it, from demo. And also we're going to be immune from one like explosion. So that's also really sweet. Plus, we're gonna be doing a bit more like explosion damage to use that. So overall, demo, that's what you need. Now for the weapon, I'm running the capacitor, because capacitor is right now is like the OP weapon for skill builds and like hybrid builds and stuff. So you gotta use this. So we get that extra 60% like skill damage and 45% weapon damage. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys that when I was using this this weapon on the legendary mission, it wasn't that effective. Like in legendary mission, you have to stay in cover most of the times, because if you peek, the NPC is going to kill you, if you're not running like a DPS build or anything. So I wasn't really proccing the stack like all the way to 40 most of the time, but still, even if you can proc like 25 or 30, which I was actually doing it, it's still better than perfectly in sync overall. So that's why I'm still using the capacitor, and I will also recommend you guys to use it. Plus you get that 45% damage no matter what, like stack or no stack, you're going to get that damage because you have 6 skill TIA. So yeah, overall capacitor is better. And secondary, I do have the test subject with perfect in sync. And now my gears here, as you can see, I'm using one piece of Wyvern Mask, which is giving me 10% skill damage. I have skill damage, skill haste, and skill haste mod. And for the three, the brand set which I'm using is the Empress International, because 10% skill health, which is kind of okay, but we're going to get that 10% skill damage, 10% skill efficiency, and skill efficiency will also going to give me 10% skill damage, status effect, and also like skill haste, skill health, all the skill stuff. I'm going to get it from that. So that's really sweet as well. And I have Shock and Awe here instead of tech support, because I feel Shock and Awe is better when you're using a boom boom build, because once your first shot hits them, they're going to bleed, and you put them on status effect, so you can get that extra 20% skill damage. But with tech support, you're relying on kill, so I wouldn't recommend talent which is reliant on kill. So first you get a kill, then you get the damage bonus. I wouldn't recommend that. But if you feel good with tech support, then definitely use tech support. There's no problem with that. Now with my gloves, I have skill haste and skill damage, and also on the knee pads I have skill haste, skill damage. And I'm using the exotic holster here, the Wavefrom, and this one is really awesome. Like, it's so good with this artillery turret. Like, I can't really say, like, my artillery turret is on the left side of my skill, which is basically the left arrow, because we get those arrow markers left or right. So if the arrow's on the left side, the skill which I have on the left side will have 30% extra damage. And also if the arrow's on the right side, that means the right skill will have 30% extra skill damage. So whichever where the arrow goes, I will get those extra damage, which is really nice. So I'm going to get additional damage for my artillery, and also for my sticky bomb, which I'm using it most of the time. I do use sticky bomb. I don't really use like seeker mines and stuff, because I feel the sticky bomb is really good. It can one tap it. I can hit about 12 million with this, so that's really sweet as well. and the artillery turret hits like 8.5 million, which is actually a very high like damage bonus in terms of the previous build which I made, the boom boom build. I was using actually 2 piece of Grupo Sombra, because Grupo Sombra was giving me extra 15% crit damage. I mean, yeah, crit damage. Yeah, you get 15% crit damage, but also you get 15% explosion damage. So I was using that, and also I was using glass cannon, and I was hitting for 7.5 mil. But now I'm actually hitting like 8.5 mil, even sometimes 9 million when I'm in a group buff or something. So that's really awesome. So I would say this is really nice. And I'm actually not running glass cannon this time. So the chest piece I'm using is a China Light, 15% explosion damage, and I'm using kinetic momentum because overall is a really nice talent. So have to use that. I mean, I would have used glass cannon because I like it, but for like legendary missions, I don't think glass cannon is like the ideal choice, I would say. Kinetic momentum is way better, okay? So that's why I'm using it. And I have skill haste, skill damage, skill haste mod, as you can see. And that's basically the build. Yes, that's basically the build. And I'm going to show you my damage, like how much damage I can do. So, I mean, you're seeing it right now. You can literally see that I'm just killing these NPCs for fun on legendary. I mean, duh, like this is so awesome, yeah? Okay, I'm going to show you my damage. So let's go to the shooting range. And as you can see, the arrows now transferring from the right to left side. So that means the left skill has 30% skill damage, which is basically my motor turret. So I'm going to try proc the capacitor first, like, the 40 stacks. I mean, meanwhile, I'll do that. I think the arrow's going to, see, the arrow's now going on the right side because it only stays for 10 seconds, It only stays for 10 seconds. So right now, it's going on the right side. That means my sticky bomb has 30% skill damage. But I'm actually not going to get the extra damage if I don't proc Shock and Awe. So I'm going to get Shock and Awe while hitting this guy. So I have Shock and Awe now. And let's try the sticky. It's always going down. But still, you can see I'm hitting like 11 million here, 11 million 89 with a sticky. Although the damage wasn't that like perfect. But yeah, you're not going to get the max damage all the time. I'm just showing you how much damage you can actually do. I mean, actually my build can do. I mean, your build, I mean, it may vary because you may not have like maxed out skill damage, which I have. So, I mean, I don't even have maxed out skill damage. I have like 7.4 somewhere, if I remember, yeah. So, yeah, if you have min-max build, of course, you're going to do more damage. I mean, that's the point of this game, right? So, yeah, now, if I hit my like mortar here, okay, Shock and Awe, we'll hold up for Shock and Awe. So we got Shock and Awe, we got capacitor, 40, and watch this. Oh, damage run away. Don't run away, please. Look at that. 8.5 million. You see, 8.5 million per shell. When Shock and Awe, kinetic momentum, and the exotic holster, the waveform arrows on the left side, and capacitor proc fully, like 40 stacks, I'm hitting for 8.5 mil, which is, I would say, quite an improvement over the build I was using, 7.5 million with glass cannon harmony. It's a really nice improvement, and the sticky bomb is hitting like 12 million, so that's also really nice improvement from 9 million. So yeah, I would say just try it out, this build, and let me know if you like this build or if you ever use this, because when I use it, I really like it, to be honest. And if someone uses when I'm in my group, like if someone uses it in my group, I kind of hate it because it shakes my screen too much. So yeah, not a fan when somebody uses against me, or not against me, like with me, but it kind of works against me, honestly. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But overall, it's a really nice build. It's a pretty good build. It's a boom boom build. Very good for like compact zones, like I said, the missions where NPCs are stuck with in a room with you. So yeah, let me know how you feel about this build, if you ever run this build, or if you are planning to make a build like this. So yeah, just give me some feedback if you want. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.